Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Partnership of Greatness. I am your host, Pastor Chiluba, and sincere apologies for coming slightly late. In the studio with me, I have Dr. Reda, who is a scientist in these plants and everything, you call it farming. God has just blessed me to know this man, and God brought him to Zambia for a time as this. My wife is not with us today on set, but I bring her lovely greetings to you. Dr. Reda, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you so much.
How was your day? I know you...
Busy day, as usual. Farm, you know.
What time do you go in the field?
6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I knock at night. Knock off at night.
You go in at 6:30?
Yes.
And knock off when it's dark?
Yes, and sometimes you need to go like last night, 02 or 03 to check.
02, you go to check?
Yes.
What do you check?
Maybe the water in the reservoirs, to see the pumps are working, you know, those issues. You need to be sure that your work is well done.
Mm-hmm.
This is the life of farmers.
Mm-hmm. Well, dear CamNet TV viewers, welcome again to this program. Specifically, on this Wednesday, we will be dealing with poverty eradication. Now, I believe with all my heart, that Zambians, those of you watching, you were born for greatness. In most countries, I hear politicians say, we are there to reduce poverty. Meaning, they will be rich themselves with their families. They will be rich with, their friends. But those who have no connection, they will remain in that circle of poor people. They can only reduce poverty. But I believe with all my heart that we can and we shall eradicate poverty. The word eradicate simply means to do away with, as completely as if pulling up the roots, to pull up by the roots. That is to say, Dr. Reda, there are countries that I've heard, especially before Saddam Hussein was killed, before Gaddafi was killed. The man had a vision that in his country he wanted to eliminate poverty. And I've got that documentary, what he was giving when a child is born, $30,000 allocated up to the time you finish school. You go to Harvard University, the government will pay. When I listened to that, and I also looked at Gaddafi, and what they were doing for their nations, it had to take America to come up with a lie that these guys have got weapons of mass destruction. You heard about that?
Yes, of course I have.
So it was just a way of saying, if all the Iranians or Iraqis and the people in, where was this Gaddafi?
Libya.
In Libya, if they become so rich than Americans, it will be an embarrassment. Than Europeans, it will be. So this conspiracy that went ahead, I don't like it at all. And here in Africa, we have just in, not next door country, but just near Zambia here, less than an hour flight, you are in Rwanda. And what they are doing there, what Paul Kagame is doing, and the people transforming it to a first world, and yet they are in Africa.
Yeah.
And what makes people go to those levels, Doctor?
Yeah, you are giving a good example, but let me go back to those two countries, or why the Americans and the others comes to Africa, because a simple answer is to to take our resources, to control our resources.
The African resources.
Yes, of course, because Africa will, and it was and it will be the source for the food basket for the whole world. Number one. Number two, yes, you're right. Those guys, they were working hard for their nations. They have a vision. But anyway, like we are here in this program to promote the eradication of
Poverty eradication.
Yes, and the good example that we can speak about here, since we have chosen the avocado, the green gold, as if the first crop that we wanted to promote, and the one that we are dreaming. We had this dream to plant in these 6 months, the coming 6 months, 70 million, isn't it?
7 million by
70
my wife
million. No,
and
I want 70 million.
70 million.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Yeah, but it's we can give this example with Kenya. Kenya, in the last 5 years, they have doubled their production. And it is expected that the Kenyan will export about 12 million ton of avocado.
12 million tons.
Yes, in 2023. So if we are talking about eradication of poverty, or PEN, the vision or the network that we are promoting here, it is not impossible. And we have a clear example, our neighboring country, the Kenyan people, and they have already started 5 years ago, or a little bit more, but since 5 years they have put more efforts to duplicate the production. I don't think that we are less than them. Because we are all Africans, yeah?
Absolutely.
So we have the possibility, we have the hope, we have the willing to do that movement, huge movement, and to promote the avocado plantations in Zambia. Our dream, like I said, we wanted to start the plantations, and in fact, some people may say that how can we plant a 70 million tree in 6 months? From where we will get the seedling? The seedling is very easy to be produced. The traditional techniques, as you know, now you are expert in this.
Absolutely.
With seeds, and most of the Zambian people knows that. Then us as a scientist also and as a researchers, we have developed this new techniques that can make us produce millions of seedlings in months. So 3 months, for example, we can have a huge number of millions of seedlings. If this will be the excuse that we cannot plant it because of this can be sorted, and it is available now. The new techniques are available, and we have done a lot of research, and we have got a good results that will, when you produce seedling even from seeds, you need to graft later. With these techniques that we have arrived with, we will not need even to graft, because it's a vegetative propagation methods, and it has been developed, and we are using also the natural resources, so even we are not using chemicals to do that. The vision is there, the knowledge is there, the people are there, the land is there, the water is there, the climatic conditions is there, the market demand is there. I'm here to know and to hear from the Zambian people what is remaining. to start? It's a question.
What is remaining? You see, Dr. Reda, my heart bleeds as a Zambian and as a pastor. To those of you that are watching this broadcast, you cannot tell the type of perfume that I have on. You cannot smell it. You cannot guess it. You can't. The only person who knows the type of perfume I'm wearing is this Dr. Reda. Why? Because we are together in the studio. And poverty is like that, Dr. Reda. When you are not in the poverty circles, you are rich, you've got what it takes, you may think that everyone is like you.
Exactly.
You may think that everything is well.
You don't feel that.
You don't feel it. You don't know because you are not right in there.
Yeah.
And I am a pastor. And over these past months and years that COVID devastated the world, I have seen how many people have sunk financially. And just the level of living, you would shed tears. And the first thing that I want to appeal, Dr. Reda, which I keep on appealing to Zambians, is get land.
It's true.
You
This
see,
is the first step, yeah.
I've always told people, Dr. Reda, that the battle between, the war between Israel and Palestine is not money, it is land. Those two, they fight for land, you know. And because of that, Israel is rich, Palestine is rich, they've got billions. But the land, and Zambians, sometimes they don't see how valuable the land is. That is the beginning of wealth. You know, my friend, I think it's Dr. Billy Lovansa. We were here on Friday. He brought a statement that really has stuck in my mind. He said Africa is the only continent sitting on a very golden rich stool with gold, but they are still begging for money. Just breaking one leg of the stool, you can sell it for millions and millions of dollars. Africa sits on a golden stool, but we are still begging. Our presidents in Africa, each time they go to visit, they are calling for investments, they are calling for people to come and invest in Africa. But one of the things I believe, Dr. Reda, this is just my belief. No investor can develop your country. Your country will be developed by your own people. China did not call Africans, did not call Egyptians or Russians to go and develop it.
No.
Today they are a force to reckon with because they know that if we invest in our people, China will become a developed country. China doesn't beg. We are always on the begging side. And this is the lesson, I think, that has escaped from the minds of politicians and the presidents in Africa. It's so painful. Every trip the president takes in Africa, he must go with a begging bowl by the side. No, Africa, you know, we have no wars, we have no this, come and invest. Why can't you develop your own people? Are we so down that we can't develop Africa, Dr. Reda?
Well, there are two ways for that. One is to start to develop the development from your own people, with your own people, with your own resources here. But it doesn't mean that if we will need to have extra knowledge or the knowledge that can help us to start the way to develop a specific sector, especially the agriculture sector here in Zambia. If we are talking about that, and this is what I'm focusing on. So we can still do that. For the investors, yes, you are right. Every investor is coming to invest in any country, not only in Africa, for his own benefits, yes.
Absolutely.
But sometimes, of course, and most of the times actually, the plan that they are doing, of course, it helps also the country that the country that they are investing in.
It helps the country, Dr. Reda. Like, you remember I met your two Egyptian scientists.
Yes.
One of your friends is an authority in energy, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And the energy that you have developed in Egypt, you are exporting power to Europe, isn't it?
Yes, now, yes. And in fact, it was a problem for electricity. We have this shortage in electricity before.
In Egypt?
In Egypt, I remember 2011, 2012, something like that. But now we are exporting because we have bought all the scientists, we have bought also
those scientists are from Egypt?
From Egypt, the majority are from Egypt, but also we have also the support from the other countries, because it's not bad to have this support, especially in terms of technologies and knowledge. So we have done it, and now we have enough power for us, and it will be exported also.
You see, put it this way, Dr. Reda. I'll give one example. I don't think it's fair for Zambia, so many years after independence, we are still importing crisps from South Africa. Crisps.
This is something, I can...
We are importing matches from China, spending millions of... Why not? This is how I think. Why not call the people who have the knowledge to make the machines or the factory for crisps?
And the best is to...
And put it here in Zambia.
Yes, and the best is to teach the people how to fish.
Absolutely.
Not to invite them or to eat fish. And this is one of the main concepts that one of our dreams here and in our vision is to develop here in Zambia. So we need to teach people how to fish, meaning learning by practice. This is if you look at the people who started to invest in the agriculture sector nowadays, they are suffering also because there are no qualified persons that can help them in the farming, in their farms. So they are begging and calling, keep calling, we need. But again, those qualified people that they are supposed to be working in the farm, they are not exist yet. If they are available, they are not qualified. So one of the main topics that is needed also here to be to develop the qualified persons, especially the youth, that they can have a big market demand, let's say, in the farm, to work in the farm. This is one of the shortages that I can see through my exist here in Zambia, and I noticed that many farmers and many farmers that they are begging also to have those qualified people. This, if we will develop an institution or training centers, or I don't know, also maybe the education can touch this, and not only to be theoretical, this will be very good for the country. Because this will help also to push the agriculture sector forward. So this is one of the main targets that we're supposed to focus on. Yeah.
I'm going to ask my director, Dr. Reda. You see, you and I are very aggressive. When we say certain things, they happen. I'm going to ask my director to show the people of Zambia the preparation that my wife and I are doing towards that 7 million planting of avocado. And let me say this, that when I say 7 million, I believe that my wife and I are equal to the task as a couple to produce the 7 million of avocado seedlings And let me tell you what, those seedlings are not going to be for sale. We will believe God that we go to Chifunabuli, we go to Msanzara, we go to Kawambwa, Chinsali. We're going to visit villages. And every household that has space, we want to donate 3 plants. 3 plants. Because those 3 plants, if we are in a village of 1,000 people, doctor, that will be 3,000 seedlings. And
in this village.
In this village.
Yes.
So now, when we have 3,000 trees in one village, we multiply this by 800 fruits. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This will give us 2.4 million fruits in that village. And if we are selling 1 fruit at 8 kwacha,
5 kwacha,
let's put it at 5 kwacha, it will give us 12 million kwacha at 5 kwacha. I know you can buy the fruit more than that. This 12 million kwacha divided by 1,000 families, each family will get 12,000 kwacha. And this 12,000 kwacha, Dr. Reda, it will help to buy school uniforms. It will help to educate.
Indeed, yeah.
It will help to lift the people's lives. And not only that, as they eat these avocados, and as they say, when I said 100, it's just the minimum, there could be more seeds. As they get that, we want the people, next time they harvest, to at least keep 10 seeds. Plant them. That will bring to 13 trees per family. If they can plant 20, we'll be more delighted. It simply means in that village of 1,000 people, we have 20,000 trees.
Exactly, and the most important that those people will be able to understand every and each information related with avocado seedlings and avocado trees and how to produce and so on. So I'm sure that this will encourage them to plant more. And you are talking about 3,000 seedlings, but I'm sure that they will be able to plant more.
They can,
and if they will continue to do so, and also it can be also a good idea that we can encourage them to make like a sort of competition between the villages itself, which village is gonna to plant more, and it can be like a sort of committee to judge, and then we give prizes for the winner or the village who will be able to plant more avocado trees. You know, there are a lot of ideas out of the books that can promote the vision of avocado or avocado plantation, or the green gold as we call it, and you know, it's really a green gold. So from that point, we can do more. We can do
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this for the sake of the people, Dr. Reda. I believe there are a lot of households in the villages who have big land given to them by our parents, the chiefs, and their royal highnesses. They have big land. They can even plant 50 trees.
They can.
Each person can plant. It's good for the environment. It's good for them as well. 50 trees times 800 fruits. Each person will be producing 40,000 fruits times 5 kwacha per year. It simply means each family will be getting 200,000 kwacha. That is if we plant 50 trees, just 50 trees. And when we say 800 fruits, that is minimum. because one tree goes to, like my sister's tree in Chalala, it goes to about 1,200, 1,300.
And it can be more.
And it can be more, but I'm working on the minimum. So this would give a family 200,000. Which family, Dr. Reda, can feel pity for a villager to be given 200,000? Because when you divide that per month, it simply means every villager will be getting 16,666 kwacha every month. Dr. Reda, this is doable. My heart is throbbing because I've done it, I've tested it. Now, oh my God.
I know. Actually, Basa, we are talking here about avocado. And you are calculating using your calculator for the avocado only. But of course, when we are there, when we start promoting the avocado plantations, we are there for a lot and so many other crops.
Absolutely.
We call it cash crops that will be able to help and support each and every family.
Absolutely.
Want to be independent, at least we can show them a lot of innovative ideas that are very simple and very easy to be implemented in their home gardens.
Absolutely.
And to make them, depend on their home garden for their home consumption. Meaning, at least they will reduce 50%, 50% of what they buy from the market to cook for their children and their families. In terms of vegetables, potatoes, all these type of crops that the ladies usually goes to the market to make shopping and to buy and come to cook for their families. If we succeed to make every family to devote a little bit area, the home garden, we call it the home garden, and to plant small pieces or small beds of each of the crops that they consume, then it will be, they will not need to go unless for little times to the market to buy, meaning they are saving money. And yet, this food which will be produced in their home garden, we will show them also how to produce it without chemicals, without synthetic chemicals, specifically I'm talking about. Meaning it will be healthy food, and also most of the family, the children will practice how to plant, they will learn. So this will strengthen the linkage between the children and the land also, and they teach them how to be connected with the plantations and how to plant this. They will get some experience about it. And so, like we were saying also before, that one of our target is to target in the vision to target the new generations, the children.
Absolutely.
The children, because me now I do believe more than before. And every day I do believe in Zambia. More than before that, the future of Zambia is gonna to be with the children. The children in the schools, the new children. Those are the future of Zambia. So those are supposed to be our main target, the ones that we need to start to give them the correct information, the right knowledge, the qualification, to improve their skills, to increase, to strengthen the linkage between them and the land and the plantation, to teach them how to keep and to make, to get you to use their own resources, like the lands that we have and all the other resources, of course, that Zambia have and that most of the African countries have, so that those new generations are the future of Zambia. We are keeping saying that. So please, for the education has to be practically. Practically means we focus on the resources that we have and how we can get benefits of that resources in the country for the local people first, then for export. By this, I guarantee for you that this country can be developed in 3-4 years. You can just cross the peak.
I want my director to show the people of Zambia what my wife and I have begun putting together for the seedlings. You see, that is at our church.
So Buster has started now.
I have started already. Look,
Huh?
that is at our church. Those plastics you are seeing, those seedlings, are in thousands. And it is towards the vision of bringing the 7 million. Look at the ones that are grown already. This is on the other side. And we are adding some more because we believe this on the other side, there are about 8,000 of them.
And what is the area that is planted?
The area.
The area that this seedling occupy?
It's less than
Dimensions.
30 by 30.
30 by 30?
Less than 20 by 20.
So less than, let's say 20 by 20.
Those are grafted avocados, as you can see.
Yes.
Look at that. Once we put them together, it's not even more than 20 by 20. They are looking like that spaced because we are just going to put...
Yes, we were giving you, I asked you because we were giving you that example last time, that 1 square meter, you can produce 100 seedling in 1 square meter. And 100 seedling in 1 square meter means the minimum 7,000 kwacha each 3 months in 1 square meter. Let's say the cost will be 1,000 kwacha. Again, for 1 square meter, for the plastic, for the seeds, for the water, for the energy, for whatever. 1,000 kwacha, meaning the net profit from 1 square meter is 60,000 kwacha. It's very simple as it is.
Absolutely, because these plastics...
1 square meter, you can irrigate it while you are sitting, isn't it?
I'm telling you.
A child can irrigate it.
You see, Dr. Reda, this is why I say the only people who can feel the pain of poverty is those of us who share with people who are poor. And as a pastor, when you see a person coming in church giving 50 kwacha for their offering, what do you give in Muslim? You give offerings as well?
Yeah, we give.
In the mosque?
Zakat. No, yeah, we give.
When you see a
If you
person
wanted to give, you give.
giving 15 ngwe, 2 kwacha, they are coming to drop it in the basket. This is an elderly person giving 2 kwacha. It's quite heartbreaking. It's quite heartbreaking. And you look at people wearing suits, but they have no money. They have nothing to eat. And people have gone into Kaloba. You don't know what Kaloba is.
No.
Kaloba is I come and get money from you, say 1,000 kwacha. At the end of the month, I'm supposed to bring back 2,000 kwacha to
The interest rate, you mean?
the interest rate.
No,
it's called Kaloba.
It is forbidden even in Islam.
Yeah, I know in Islam it's forbidden.
Yes.
But in Zambia, people are committing suicide.
This is too much. Yeah.
People are killing themselves. How can I get 1,000 kwacha from you and I bring 2,000 kwacha? The fact that I'm coming to borrow 1,000, it means I don't have.
I don't have, yeah.
So where will I get the other another 1,000 to bring it to you? Even if it's 1,500.
Yeah.
You see, now people are borrowing. I borrow from you. Before you come for my neck, I go to Pastor Victoria, borrow some more, then I bring some to you. I remain with 200
like
kwacha. A vicious cycle.
No.
A vicious
this
cycle.
is too much.
And people are killing themselves. Dear family members, those of you that have got children, those of you that have got young little ones, please, instead of you watching something else, soccer, watching what? This is a life-transforming broadcast. Bring them, let them learn. Let them know that farming is not for old people. No. After you have retired, that's when you go, you'll be a farmer. What time are you going to enjoy the fruits of your labor? God says, Dr. Reda, I will bless the labor of your hands. The labor of your hands.
Yeah.
Allah
yes.
says, I will bless the labor of your hands. And the Bible says, he that does not want to work, let him not eat. You see, God does not promote laziness. He wants you to work with your hands, and then He's going to bless you.
Exactly.
You know. So when I see, recently, I don't know, last week or this week, there was an advert for people to get employed, Dr. Reda, at Zambia Revenue.
I've seen it.
You've seen it?
I've seen it. I have seen it. I was crying.
10,000. You sent me that one.
Yeah, I was crying.
You sent me that one. I said
I've
to
seen
myself, my Lord, my God,
imagine.
help these people.
No.
10,000 smart people going
Young
to queue
people,
up.
youth.
Young people going to queue up. Hey,
No.
why don't you join PEN, Poverty Eradication Network? When we roll the programs here in Zambia, Dr. Reda and Madam Edith Nawako, I've told you before, no political connection. You should come and hear that woman. She brought something here that blew people's minds, the Zambians. She has the seeds, she has this, and you know, my heart, like I told you, Dr. Reda, my heart is not sitting well. This is my country. These are my people. I have nowhere to go to be proud of that I'm an American, I am Canadian, nothing of that sort. But when I look at the land that we have, Doctor, it's unbelievable.
Yes, it's true.
Recently I was flying from Tanzania, you know, and looking down, I was just looking at the land which is unutilized. All the way through Mpika, all the way there, it's all bush.
Imagine.
And we are saying we are poor.
And not yet, also, like we mentioned before, in Zambia, the population is 18 million. In Nigeria, it's over 100. In Egypt, it's over 100. So what I am saying, and I'm keeping saying that, when you're supposed to start, if you will not start now, while your population is less, if you are waiting the population to be 100, so then forget. You will never start. And you will stay to suffer. You're supposed to start now. Now is better than tomorrow. And it is in our hand to start. It is in our hand to start. You know me, I don't like too much to talk, because when I talk, even last season, you remember that I said, no, Pastor, I will not come on TV again, because I have to work. But us now, with this vision that we were planning, and we put all the settlement for this vision to be implemented on the ground. And last time we were talking about the seedling and this square meter, and they have talked today also. And you have done it now. You have started. We have seen now. We have watched it all together that the pastor has started with this plastic. What
my
we are talking about,
show the world as Dr. Reda is talking. Show the world what we are doing.
So you can see by yourself now. This is the plastic bag we are talking. We have put the media and the seeds, and we have put some water to irrigate. Now we are waiting the seedling to germinate. Once it is germinated, the seedling is ready, the rootstock. We can graft later, no problem. And by the way, one of the technique, again for those people, especially for my beloved farmers that they already started and they already have avocado farms. Don't worry about grafting, because you can still graft your avocado trees in the orchard. So even if you have a seedling produced from seeds without being grafted, don't be worried. Start planting your orchard on the proper distance that you will select according to the soil type and the irrigation type and so on, those conditions. Then later, after 1 year or 2 years, you can graft. Because in the first 1 and 2 years, we are making what's so called training. Training meaning we are building the stem, the trunk, whatever, the tree trunk. Then the branches. After that, we can come and graft on each branch. It's not a big deal. So don't be worried if you will not get a grafted seedling. Get whatever seedling you get and start to plant. And then if it is produced from the seeds, meaning it's rootstock, then we can come again and graft. But with the new techniques that I was mentioning in the beginning, we can produce vegetatively, so we will not need graft to graft after that. This is what I am introducing for my beloved Zambian farmers, especially those for avocado. Again, in the first 3-4 years that you will be planted your avocado orchard, we can guarantee also for you that from the first 100 days you will produce another crop in between your avocado trees as an intercropping, and this will guarantee that you will get an income that you can spend on your trees, and you can also have some income for your family. So it means that we have like what we can say a holistic approach. Holistic approach means avocado for the long term, intercropping for the short term, processing to add more value for your production, whatever production you are producing, vegetables or whatever, value addition for the avocado later for as oil, as so many products that we have shown that last time. And this can be done immediately. For the short-term plan, according to the vision that we are promoting here, we will start put the plant processing for the avocado. Then we will use all the already production of avocado locally. We collect all this production and we process it. We produce the oils, whatever other products, and then we export, or we give also to the local market. Meaning we also can guarantee, it's not only we are going to wait 7 years or 6 years, no, we will start immediately. So please, 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 again, fast, because we don't have time. We don't have time. We need to start fast. Come and join the network so that we can start immediately. This is what can I say in this.
Mr. Director, please put the phone lines there at the bottom so that people can see. Thank you. I'm going to ask my director, after I've read the Word of God and said something, I'm going to ask my director to give us the advert for RainGlow for the drip irrigation. You must buy this. For me to emphasize, Dr. Reda knows, he has tested this.
Yes,
he can tell you that the things that you are buying on the market cannot compare to this drip irrigation. They are there, of course, but some of them are expensive. Some of them can't last for more than 2 seasons. Am I right?
One
Doctor?
season, and most of the farmers know that there are, there are different quality for the materials in the market. And again, I'm not promoting one product, but I'm saying what is practically what's on the ground, what I have tested, and what other farmers has been tested. This one is a very high quality with a very competitive prices, and it can remain for minimum 5 years. You cannot find this
Minimum 5 years.
Minimum 5 years. It can remain even for 10 years, but we are saying always for the minimum. Then the prices are almost 1/3 of the prices in the market.
Absolutely.
So what we need more, and yet using the irrigation system, whatever it will be, drip of course will increase the water use efficiency, meaning you are minimizing the water use to produce more. Then also you are reducing the use of energy that you are using it to pump the water from your borehole or whatever. Then using this drip irrigation system, for example, or irrigation system in general, will guarantee that you can produce during the winter season, because usually most of the Zambian farmers produce during the rainfall based on depend on the rains. But now if you have an irrigation system, meaning you are giving yourself a chance to produce during the winter, meaning you are producing 2 times or can be 3 times. Us in Egypt to produce 5 times.
5 times
Per year. Let's say 4 times. Meaning every 3 months you are producing 1 crop, 1 cycle of crop. So
when we go for these conferences, as we start touring Zambia, Doctor, we are going to go with those crops that people can start earning money from 3 months.
Sure.
3 months,
Sure.
4 months, 6 months, and the long term,
of course,
like avocado.
This is what we will do, because this is one of our plan in the vision that we are promoting. But again, it's long run or long term and short
term.
This is what called the vision. The vision is to see how can we see Zambia. I don't want to say like Kenya, 5 years, no, to double the production. I wanted to triple the production.
Absolutely.
In 5 years.
Absolutely.
As much as, or as many as we plant seedling now, imagine after 5 years how many trees we will have. How many productive trees we will have. Then if we are saying, if I have a child that was born today, this after 5 years, he will have a 5 years old, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So 5 years old, the country will have a lot of money coming from the production of 1 crop only.
1 crop, yeah.
I'm not saying about the other crops, of course, will be there, but I'm saying about 1 crop, strategic crop, like avocado. The weather condition is good, is favorable here is good for the avocado, and you are already producing avocado here. So meaning, what's next? Next is to join the network and to start. It was yesterday. Yesterday maybe, or there were a farmer coming from Luapula.
Luapula, yes.
Yes, it's correct how I pronounce it.
Yes, that's Luapula, yes.
Yes, and really I thank him because he has came all this long distance to chat with me in the farm. So this is one good indicator, and he was telling me that he has 10,000 hectares.
10,000 hectares.
So, and I asked.
I spoke to him when you.
I asked about the source of water. He said he has 2 rivers, permanent rivers. I said, you have no problem, my friend. So meaning 10,000 hectares time 500 trees. Imagine.
Dr. Reda, there is no pregnant mother who does not prepare for nappies, Cerelac, milk when she's expecting and the child is near to be delivered. all those things are there. You can't go to maternity or wing hospital, then you say, oops, I forgot the clothes for the baby.
Imagine.
What kind of a mother are you? So I am saying this as a poverty eradication network. I've told you about these drips. You are going to see that. We have also partnered with a foundation, you know about it, Dr. Reda,
Yeah.
that are going to help us sink a lot of boreholes in villages where we are going to plant this. So we
It's good.
are going to target certain villages, put solar boreholes, and let the villagers stop drinking water from the wells. This is not a small vision, and we would like people to join us, because by so doing, I want you to know that measures are in place, Dr. Reda, even after next year. Next year, what? Poverty Eradication Network program will start collecting these avocados, which will go to waste in Zambia.
Yeah.
So our planting 7 million seedlings with my wife, and the people of Zambia, like you said, if every Zambian can plant even 10, 20, this is very easy. You see that this is 3 weeks when we've been talking about that.
Yes.
Look at those plastics, Dr. Reda. That's about 3,000, and we are still offloading. If you come tomorrow, you see there are more. This is just in 3 weeks, and we are putting the seedlings there.
Yeah, like we said, we don't want to talk much. We need to take actions.
Absolutely.
What we have done, what we have shown you now is an example. The pastor himself, he has done this. We have talked, he has started. So we need, tonight we are talking, tomorrow I want you to start.
Come on.
I want every one of you tomorrow. Go buy one avocado fruit, eat it, take the seeds and plant it.
Amen.
Is it difficult? I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's start. And yet we cannot, yes, he started, yes, but we cannot work alone. We need to increase the number of the participants in the network. As many as we will be together, as much as we will achieve the target very fast and efficient. Whatever needed for the knowledge, we will do our level best to provide.
Amen.
We are here to do so. Egypt has sent me and my other colleagues, Dr. Muhammad in Kabwe, Dr. Adil also, he is in Kabwe, they are working. I'm talking now, and they are now at the farm at night, and they will stay all the night at the farm.
Really?
Work is work.
So you can even do the work in the night?
Yes. In Egypt we harvest at night. We work most of the people. No, work is work. So this is what I want, what I dream, what I wish. You can say whatever you want, but I wish that every Zambian can have this concept, these principles, this, how can I say, feeling of the work, the value of the work. You will not be developed by sitting or sleeping. You will not have food from God or from Allah.
Come on.
By sleeping or sitting. Start, wake. In Tanzania, they were calling me Magufuli.
Magufuli, yeah.
They called me Magufuli. Why? Because Magufuli has a slogan of Haba Kazi Tu. Haba Kazi Tu in Swahili, for those who don't know Swahili.
What does it mean?
It does mean Haba Kazi Tu.
Haba Kazi Tu.
It means let's work only. We don't want to talk. Let's work only. Haba Kazi Tu. So, because this is the concept that we were working with. And like I mentioned now, my other two colleagues who has been sent by Egypt To you, Zambian people, to you, Zambian people, to help and to support. They are in the farm at night working over there. At night, while I'm talking now, they are there in the farm. They are working. They are not sitting at the restaurant or what, or at home or what. No, they are working. So please, we are giving example, a practical example by ourselves for you. Why don't you follow this? What do you want? You know, sometimes I'm surprised from this laziness, but that's why I'm saying the hope is for in the new generation, in the children. So let's change ourselves. My parents, my fathers, my sisters, my brothers, please, 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 I beg you.
Oh, Jehovah.
I beg you. No one will change you. No one will give you anything. It's you who will give yourself. It's you who will support yourself. Please, let's start work seriously one time in our life. If we will not start, we will remain behind the whole countries. And we will lose this chance. Now we have this vision. We have this network. Let's come together in this network. Let's promote the work. Let's work together. I repeat, let's work together. Please, take away this laziness. Take away this, I don't want to say some bad words, but I don't know how to describe this type of mindset that till you go and sleep, go and sleep, go and sleep. Don't listen to this devil. Wake, wake, wake. I cannot talk more.
I want to read the word of God, Doctor, you know, because the word of God, just like Quran in your religion, once you just hear it and you don't put it into practice, it's of no use. In James chapter 1, verses 22, 23, and 24, I'm going to ask my director to show the nation James chapter 1, verses 22, 23, and 24. God has a lot to say about hearing and doing and hearing and not doing, you know. I am so grateful. You and I last year, was it last year when we appealed for mango seeds?
Yes.
People didn't know. And probably we can say this, that before the onset of the rain, every mango that you eat, keep the seed. You know, that seed you are eating, it's money. It's Dr. Reda had to buy, I had to buy, and I'm so grateful for one lady who came and brought a sack of mangoes. And this time, Dr. Reda, this coming rain season, I've planned that I'll buy a lot of mangoes, enjoy them, and some, I'll just ask the people to just donate to me. When we talk about the value-added chain, people don't know. We are importing mango juice from South Africa.
This is a concentrate, yes.
Absolutely. If we can just come together as Zambia, we can produce mango juice and send to China, and send to America, send everywhere. Jehovah God.
Now, can I share with you this? You know, I have mentioned one time, since you have mentioned to the mango. Me, I live in Mumbeshi. You know, the house is in Mumbeshi, in the camp where some other neighbors or officers and so they are living there, and they have children.
Yeah.
You went to buy the mango.
I went to
Me,
buy
I
the
didn't
mango.
buy. What I have done, and because this example will show you, will show everyone that you know, we need capital. Buster went to buy and he paid. No, what I have done, I bought those candies for the children, the sweets,
yeah,
for the children, and the concept was one seeds, one sweets. You know those candies, that small
Yes,
one?
yes, yes.
One sweets, one seeds. And what we, if you count what I have planted last season, it's like 4,000 or 5,000.
Really?
One sweets, one seeds. And the children are the ones who collected the seeds. So don't tell me that it's impossible for you to collect. Don't tell me that. Because your children in the house, if you give them these candies, these small sweets, they will bring you more seeds every day. One children bring like 150.
Really?
150, 200, 300
Seeds.
And I count. I sit and I count for them. You know how many?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. They count the seeds. One, I'm teaching them how to count. Two, I'm teaching them how to make commercial.
To transact.
Commercially. So he's selling and I am buying. Isn't it? So the other, when we are doing this process, we say, oh, they for sure they ask many times, what are you doing with these seeds? So I'm saying, you know, I'm planting because these seeds that you are giving me now will be seedling. So these seeds that you are giving me with this candy, the small one, yeah, the sweets, it will be seedling. I will sell it with 50 kwacha. What they have done, some of the children after that, they took some seeds and they started to plant. The children. The children, not the big people, because it seems that the big people are hopeless case. I don't know. Yeah, this is what I'm suffering from, the hopeless cases. But anyway, we are doing our level best. We will continue doing our level best for the Zambia to be developed.
Let me read the word of God in James chapter 1 and verse 22. My director, please give it to me. Do not merely listen to the word of God, okay? And so deceive. No, I was still reading that one, Mr. Director. Take me back. Take me back to verse 22. You are too fast for me. Okay. But be doers of the word of God. Go to the verse before that. Now you confused me with what I read. Okay, let's go to James 1:22. Let's go to James 1. Okay. But be doers of the word, obey the message, and do not merely listeners to it, betraying yourselves into deception by reasoning contrary to the truth. He gave me amplified instead of another version. Okay, for if anyone only listens to the word without obeying it, and being a doer of it, is like a man who looks carefully at his own natural face in a mirror. Okay? Verse 24. For he thoroughly, or thoughtfully, not thoroughly, for he thoughtfully observes himself and then goes off and promptly forgets what he was like. He has examined himself. He knows that there is fluff here. He removes it and everything. But when he goes, he forgets what he was looking like. Even you, Dr. Reda, you and me looked in the mirror. But without the mirror, you can't see, even when you sweat, you can't see where there are particles and all this. Now the point is, you cannot, Dr. Reda, just be a listener without doing. This is why we showed the people, when you and I began this program with my wife, we said we are going to plant 7 million. Someone has said the journey of 10,000 kilometers begins with one step.
Yeah.
And we have planted there we have prepared ourselves for over 3,000, 5,000. By next week or so, I want to push it to 10,000.
That's wonderful.
10,000,
Wonderful.
15,000, and the church members are seeing.
Yeah, of course.
I do it right here in church. You can see those.
Now all the nations are watching.
The nation
So
is watching.
they are witness now.
Now you can see those Dr. Reda. Have you seen how big the avocados have become?
You know,
The ones that I planted?
yes, you know me. When I come, I have to go in the plants and talk to grade
Yes.
them.
There are 13 plants there. My wife and I are looking for space where to plant also. That is just in church, minus where we are going.
Yeah.
Each of those grandchildren of mine, my wife and I will dedicate trees for them. Each one of them 200, whatever, so that they can have a
Inheritance.
sense of inheritance.
Yes.
Instead of them just sitting and begging their parents for money, I wish my father-in-law, my grandfather, my grandmother taught these things to our dad, and dad teaching us with mom. But it's never too late. I've discovered, and we have started. So he that listens to the word alone and does not act on it is like a person who forgets his image in the mirror. Once you listen to the word of God, once you listen to something, act on it. Because promptly, as you said, Dr. Reda, there are some keen people. Somebody called last week. You know, he has planted 20. They
That's
listened
wonderful.
to the program.
This is what we want.
He took the
I am
seeds.
sure. I am sure Zambians are
Yeah.
very good people.
Absolutely.
This is what I do believe. Yes, there is a difference. There is a big difference. In fact, I have noticed that there is a big difference between those people who are employed in the private sector or the other Zambians. Those are Zambians. Those private sector and the other people who are not in the government. Anyway, I don't want to go through that. But I have met a lot of people that they are really serious and wanted to work, and they work hard. And imagine, I surprised because they are very much adjusted on time. When they give you an appointment, I am coming at this time, they come. And I asked them, are you Zambian? They say, yes, we are. I said, that's wonderful. One of the people that I was talking, he was saying, I was asking, what do you want to be in the future? He's a young person. Yeah? I said, I want to be pastor. I said, do you know that being a farmer is equal being a pastor? He said, how come? I said, oh, look, when you are a farmer, you are planting, you are talking with your plants, you are feeding your family, you are worship your God, you are doing a lot of efforts to help people and your families and your countries. Then what pastor is doing is trying to show you the right way to do this. So you are practically doing.
You confused him. I have to correct that.
I mean,
to correct.
let's work.
Because you know.
Because my pastor now,
Yeah.
he is a farmer now. He becomes a farmer now.
being a pastor, it's one thing. You are preaching to people, you are teaching them.
Yes.
Being a farmer, like now what my wife and I are doing, it's not sin.
Yeah.
You know, we preach, we teach, and as the church members come to enter the church, they see so many
You see?
plastics.
You see?
And
They
others,
ask.
Yeah, others are saying, what is
What
this?
are you doing?
I said, this is avocado. How can we do 3,000-4,000 plastics or seedlings in 2-3 weeks?
The farms.
And somebody is waiting for just one. Zambians out there, they can go, like you said, just find somebody having avocado.
Yes, to collect it.
I,
Farms or fields are schools. And we learn every day.
absolutely.
When you go to your field every day, Why I was saying I go sometimes at night? Why? Because we learn. We learn. You learn from your plants.
Yeah.
Every time you get more experience, you of course you can make a mistake, but the most important, and this is let me say this also for all Zambian people, please, when we make a mistake, it's not a problem. Everyone can make a mistake, but please learn from the mistake.
Absolutely.
Don't repeat the same mistake 1 time and 2 times and 3 times. The first one you have lost time and the money and the efforts. You should learn. The second one, if you repeat it again, the same mistake, meaning something. If you repeat it 3rd time, so you are hopeless. Hopeless. This is what I can describe. So what I was saying, the farms, the fields are called the schools, and that's why in the scientific books, in the extension service, whatever we call field schools. You know, there is expression called field schools, meaning we pick some farmers and we start to teach them. But this where we teach them in the school, in the field, because the field is a school. Go to your field, look at your plants, follow your plants, learn from them, learn how to improve the productivity, learn how to control the diseases, learn how to irrigate them, learn how to manage your farm, learn how to to talk with your plants. I mean by talking, because each plant is showing you what we call symptoms. The symptoms tell you that, yeah, this plant needs fertilizer because it shows some symptoms of yellowish, you know. So, and some, they are specifically tell you that I need this element. You know, the elements are NP, nitrogen, phosphorus, and so on. The plants can show you that I need these specific elements by the color, by the symptoms that they show. See, you will learn this where and when. Where is in the field. When you go with your plants, when you are around your plants. So when you do this, and every time also you get more experience. Every time you reduce the input cost and you increase the profitability. This is what you can do. This is what you learn from the fields and from the farms. And be sure that you are digging the soil which is under your feet and you are getting the money. You don't need to go to the bank to knock the door of the bank and take loans with very much high interest rate like you were mentioning, and no, sometimes they will not give you unless they guarantee their
absolutely.
But now it's your land. Buy land, as Pastor was saying, start to plant even 1 square meter, dig the soil, pick your money. No one will tell you I need interest rate. Yeah.
I'm going to ask my director to give us the advert on the Rainglow, and after that we'll open our lines. Zambians, can we transform this nation? Can we be the fruit basket for Africa? I am so grateful to all of you that are watching this broadcast, because even in your yard you can be a contributor, and one day 2 avocado trees will give you money you never thought you would have. And at the time when you have no money, people are coming to pluck those avocados and you are selling them, or wait for the factory. May the Lord bless you and keep this nation. We can and we shall eradicate poverty. Master Director, please give me the Rainglow drips.
Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. Rainglow, your smart irrigation partner. Water is life. Each drop counts and each must be cherished. Our tried and tested product meets all international standards. With our smart drip technology, we aim to deliver precision irrigation designed to reduce blockage and wastage, ensuring a high yield. Renglow, your smart irrigation partner.
I hope, dear Camnet TV viewers, you got that number. Please call them. I always am grateful to one of the ladies. I talk about this testimony, Dr. Reda. Excuse me. I talk about this because it blessed my heart. One of the viewers of Camnet TV, I was in some place where they sell agriculture inputs. We went with my brother in marriage, Mr. Kabwe. And while I was standing there, a lady comes running to me and says, Pastor Chilwa, I am so delighted to meet you in person. Have you seen this truck? It was carrying drip irrigation.
Yes.
A big truck full of the rows. I wish that my sister is watching to change the ones she bought with these drips. And she says, Pastor Chilwa, I had a good job. And listening to you talking about agriculture, she bought a farm in Mukushi. She says, the money I'm making now, I never thought I would make such kind of money. And she says, I thank you, Pastor, for opening our eyes.
That's great.
You see, you never know, Dr. Reda, where this broadcast is going, who is watching us, who is taking notes, who is saying I was born for greatness.
Yes.
I'm going to plant 500 avocados right at my house.
Indeed, yes.
You said one by one, you can plant 100,
Yes.
I mean, the seedlings.
Exactly.
About
100 in 1 square meter.
Oh.
Yes, 100 seedling, yeah.
And they should come to church and learn some of these things.
Yes, they are
Let's
welcome.
see how we are doing it.
They are welcome.
Our lines are open, dear Camnet TV viewers. Please feel free to call us. Let's change this nation. We can and we shall change it. And those of you that have got text messages, please send your text messages. I believe that we shall eradicate this poverty. We begin with our mothers and fathers, uncles and aunties, brothers and sisters in the villages. My heart is for those people. And I can tell you, I intend, Dr. Reda, to go back to John Howard one day to hold a crusade just on how to become rich. Because I'm seeing God's grace, how God is lifting my wife and I. I want to tell somebody who thought they were born in John Howard, they would die in John Howard, they were born in Mississippi compound, they would die there. That mindset is what I want to go for. You know, teach them the word and tell them that there is a better life in this world.
Sure, indeed, Pastor.
Those of you that have got messages, please send the messages. You can text us. You can also call us. Dr. Reda, I want to ask a question. I've asked this from you, and it has blessed my heart. I'm asking for the sake of the people. In terms of agriculture in your country,
yeah,
and tourism, which ministry gives you money more?
Agriculture,
Tourism or agriculture?
Agriculture, of course. Agriculture. Yeah, agriculture can give you a sustainable source of foreign currency, plus a sustainable source for food for the whole country. The whole world now are fighting for what?
Food.
Food.
Even like Ukraine now,
The wheat.
I'm told bread is going expensive.
Why? Because of the wheat. The main two countries that are producing wheat is Ukraine and Russia.
Really?
And they are fighting together now. So every country, they are suffering, especially those who has a high population like Egypt. We produce, but we still insufficient. That's why I was saying...
You produce wheat?
Yes, of course. That's why I was saying, if you will not be developed while you are 17, 18 million, when do you expect that you will be developed? When you are 100, forget. Forget. So let's do this.
Can Zambia, is the climate good for Zambia to produce wheat?
The best, of course, in winter season these days, most of the wheat plantations are planted these days. Me, I'm a bit late because, you know, some, of course, some technical issues or some machines or whatever. But the date for planting wheat is in the winter, starting from the first week of May or the last week of April. Until the end of May, you can plant wheat. And if to plant wheat in winter, like I was saying, you need irrigation system. There is center pivot irrigation system that you can plant wheat with using this center pivots, but also there is sprinklers that you can also plant wheat. And in Egypt, we are producing also wheat with drip irrigation.
Really?
Yes, with drip irrigation system. So let's use this land. Let's plant our land at least, we start with 2 times per year to have 2 main crops in the rain-fed season and in the winter season, in the summer and in the winter. By this, you will fill the whole gaps. Let me say the majority of the gaps that you have in the food security issue, especially that you are very little, population is very little compared to the other countries. So, meaning you can produce your own food. And since I am not politics and I don't like to talk about this, but who doesn't produce his own food, he doesn't own his freedom, isn't it? If you will not produce your own food, you will not have your own freedom, because the people who will give you food are the people who will control your freedom. They started to say, no, do this, not to do this. But if you are the one who is producing, who can control you? Look around you, look at the countries around you, and start. If you will not start, you will be late. So please, let's start. Again, let's start. It's very easy to start. There is no need for capital. You have a big chance now with this vision, with this network. Start. They are here and we are here to support and to help you, to put you in the right way and to push you even. So let's do it.
Mr. Director, if there is any text message, and those of you that want to call, please call us on the number 0968-675-273. If you call that number, it will come right straight in the studio. And those of you that, hello, let's pick up this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pastor Chiluba.
Good evening, sir. You are so loud and clear. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. Mwo Jr. Simon Katikulula.
Mr. Mwo?
Yes, sir.
Junior?
Yes, sir.
From where?
Block 15, flat 4.
In Lusaka?
Yes, sir.
Please talk to the world.
Okay. The program is very much positive. And I like what the other man is saying. Say, you know, when you yourself as a country, you don't produce food.
Absolutely.
Yes, and looking at Zambia, as it stands to be in the middle of Southern Africa. Zambia is a food basket.
Absolutely.
So if we can have, in each and every province, we've got cultivation, irrigation, all those things we used to learn at Alepu School.
Absolutely.
Crop farming, mixed farming, large scale, small scale. If we can do that right now, as Zambians, we can never go and ask for anything around the world.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, you're right.
Yes. So it's up to us, with the people that are in government at the day or in the future, to start looking forward to make sure that Zambia is a prosperous country
Absolutely.
that will be providing food for the whole world.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
that.
Zambia is untouchable.
And we can do this.
Absolutely.
Actually, we've already started, but we need it to be active. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm watching Camnet.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate for the content of the phone call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
This is
Thank you.
wonderful.
This is good. This is good.
You see, Dr. Reda, you have minds like Mr. Moore, who is not just looking at Zambia feeding Africa, but him has gone beyond,
More.
outside.
Yes.
You know.
We can do this. And this, thank you, my brother, for what you have said. Even what you mentioned there, me, I picked some
What he said?
The mixing, the mixing farm.
Yeah.
Mixing farm means to diversify your production, your crops. So meaning you have all types of foods or productions or products that can guarantee that you can feed your people and the whole other countries around you. Why don't we do that? You, my brother, you have started. We are also supporting you and we are with you. Whatever questions in agriculture you want to ask, please feel free to contact us, to join. Please join also the network. Then we are here to answer you. We are here to answer you, and we are here to fulfill whatever questions or information knowledge you need in agriculture.
That's right.
Yeah, we are very much happy for that.
You know, as Mr. Moore said, Dr. Reda, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to be blunt, as the word blunt can be. For years, Zambia has called importers from Congo as what do they call them? The smugglers. Those are not smugglers. They are importers. Can you imagine people come from Congo to come and buy mid meal here? Why doesn't the government, why doesn't the leadership of Zambia just allocate, okay, this 10,000, 50,000 hectares, we are going to grow maize for export. You now want the Kenyans to come and use your land, grow. And once you grow, then they say, give us. This kind of thinking, I don't expect it. And whoever thought of giving Kenyans land to come and farm here, then they take that. One day you should stand for criminal trials. That's being criminal. You can't. Why not empower your own Zambians? Empower them. So let them produce and export.
Let me challenge this point, Pastor, because you know this. It was funny, but anyway. So, my beloved Zambian people, do you want other people from other countries to come to plant your land? You will be happy. If you, please answer me. You will be happy. Then they come and to plant your land. And you, what will you do? You will take the money, the rent for the money, and then you go to do what? Yeah? Plant your land.
Oh.
Plant your land. This is what I want. Plant your land. Plant your garden. Start tomorrow. After watching this program tonight, you sleep, wake up in the morning, plant any seeds in your hand. Find any seeds and plant it in your home garden. And you will see the difference.
Dr. Reda, my wife and I and the team, we visited one lady in Makeni some time back. She grows cabbage on a small piece of land. And when she told us the money she gets, I said, you mean Zambians don't have this kind of land? Trust me, that farm was less than 200 or 300 by 200
meters.
Less than
We're talking
that.
about meters, yes.
But she had workers there, and the cabbages were coming up like this. She says, Pastor, I make money from this.
You have this type of crops: onions, garlics, cabbages, spinach. You have a lot of this type of crops that I was saying planted in your home garden. So you stop buying at least. You stop spending money on that type of crops. You will eat, you will feed your family. And if you will be qualified, you get more experience, then you can plant more and start to sell. You get income, start to invest. This is how issues or things start. Start step by step. You are saying that the 100-kilometer road start with one step.
Absolutely.
So let's start with one step. We need to start. We need to reduce the talk and increase the actions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As Mr. Moore was saying, you know, Dr. Reda, I know that Rome was not built in a day, but my wife, when you use that, she likes saying it's because I was not there. It was going to be built. But, you know, I don't understand our mindset. You see, me, Dr. Reda, as you have come to know, I'm hands-on. Once I know that this thing is good and it's going to bless me, it's going to bring wealth, I'll go for it.
Yes.
The problem we have in Africa, you see, right now, I'm sitting on set and teaching the people. They don't know that I'm involved in this, that, with my wife, selling a few things. The problem we have, especially as church people, Dr. Reda, when you become rich, they will say Dr. Reda is hardworking. But when Pastor Chiluba becomes rich, they will say he's a Satanist. Anything to do with a man of God prospering, they will think he has stolen the tithe, he has taken the offering, he has done this. But
Pastor, leading the development will be done by the men of God.
Let's pick up this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm okay, Pastor.
Permanently blessed. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name's I'm from Wansha.
Mr. who?
Chewe.
Mr. Chewe from Luansha.
Correct, Pastor.
Please go ahead and speak to the nation.
Pastor, program and very visionary.
Yes, sir.
And those boreholes.
What?
You want to
Mr. Chewe,
Can he be stay alone,
Maybe-
away for the TV maybe?
stay away from the TV. It's breaking and I can't hear. It's
Yeah.
not as clear as Mr. Moore. Mr. Chewe, how best can you help us with your reception? Oh, it's cut. I wish he can call back. I wish he can call back. Very unfortunate that we have missed Mr. Chewe. He full of
I've
life
heard
and
like
contribution.
borehole, but I don't know.
He wanted to say something about the borehole. And you see, Dr. Reda, I was saying that me, I'm hands-on. My wife and I believe that we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter where I was born and which compound I grew up in. This is why I talk about my background, you know, so that people can see there's nothing to hide. I wasn't brought up in Kablonga, Sunningdale, Roma. We used to come to those areas when we were young by default, you know. But I grew up in John Howard, you know. And when I sit down, I look at somebody, they finished grade 12, they finished university 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they are still looking for a job. If that 10 years ago, Dr. Reda, someone went to the chief and said, just help me with 50 hectares, even 10 hectares.
Not 50 hectares, if you 1 hectare.
Even 1 hectare.
1 hectare.
If 10 years ago they had planted this avocado, today we would be competing. Somebody would be driving a Range Rover.
Yeah, of course.
I know someone, we went to Lusaka West again. They've got a big farm. I tell you, this life is good. Just a boho. And they've got these cabbages, onions, tomatoes, and they send onions and tomatoes in big trucks, those big tomatoes from Amiran. And why do you need a job? Why do you need a job? Eh?
This is a job. This is 7 jobs in 1 job in the agriculture.
May God help us. Each time I sit, I say, one day, Zambia, there will be no poor person. Whoever listens, Dr. Reda, whoever listens, including my uncle in Western Province, my aunt in Northwestern Province, who have land, let's transform that, because that's wealthy. Somebody came and said, Pastor, I've got 20,000 hectares. You remember when we were having a conference?
Yes.
He said 20,000 hectares. Rufunsa here, after Chongwe. 20,000 hectares. I said, what do you grow there? He says, nothing.
Nothing.
For how long have you had this? He says, for over 20 years. My parents left it for over 20 years.
No one even thinking how to...
May God help us. Is there any text message, Mr. Director? While we are waiting for phone calls, if there is anybody that has sent the text message, we can read that. Good evening, Pastor Chiluba. I've watched the avocado broadcasting, but I'm a bit behind. How do I join your poverty eradication network? I'm Maziopa from Kabwe. Very interested. Mr. Maziopa, let me give you, okay, this is Gabriel here. I'm willing to join the poverty reduction network, eradication network, Gotland to utilize with your partnership. I like this. Good evening, Pastor Chiluba and Doctor. I am blessed and encouraged by this program. Now, how can we get these plants? Because it seems to be a challenge to get them, more especially us in the rural areas. Aaron Kafumbo from Mufrida. Okay, Mr. Director, hold on there.
Hold on this one.
Thank you. For now, you can cut that. What Aaron has said, that it's difficult to get the avocado, is it difficult, Dr. Red?
So let me say it again. All what you need to do is to find 3 avocado fruits. Take them, eat them. Keep the seeds. Take the seeds, find 3 plastic bags. Recycled one. Don't make yourself tired. If it is not available, find the recycled one.
Even this, where they drink shake from, you can cut that.
All the small bottles of water, whatever containers. If you don't find, don't worry. Dig it into the soil. Put it into the soil. Make a small bed like this and put the 3 fruits, the 3 seeds that you have eaten, cover them with soil, put some water, and keep watering and wait until it will germinate. Wait until it will germinate. Then you have 3 seedlings. You take it out and plant it in the permanent place that you wanted to plant. Distance, make it like 5 meters between each. Then you have the seed. You didn't pay anything.
Absolutely.
And it is very easy.
Absolutely.
If you can make this, that's fine. If you think that this is difficult, I can repeat it again. If you think it is difficult, next time I will make a small video from this. I will eat the avocado in front of you, then I will take the seeds, I put it in the plastic bag, I will make it until it will germinate, I will show you.
Yeah.
I can do this. I know, I don't feel any shame to show you step by step. And I am happy that you have asked. You asked, I will show you step by step. Next time, Pastor, I will send you, if you will not be here, because I need to work much more to talk, like I said. Then I will send you this video, step by step, by myself. I will eat the avocado in front of you. I will take the seeds, I put it in the plastic bag, I put some soil, I put some water, I add some water, and until it will be germinated. This is how to produce a seedling, the root stock.
And it doesn't cost money. Even some neighbor eating that avocado.
If you don't want to buy the fruit and to eat it, get it from any market, any drop from Soweto or from wherever. If I ask your neighbor to give you the seed, just one seed or 3 seeds, if we are talking about 3 seedlings, then you make it like that.
Those people, Dr. Reda, who are in Lusaka, you know, there are some people who make the seeds for me. They put them in sacks, then my wife and I go and collect, we buy. That's how we are doing this with 3,000. Even the 10,000 we intend to do. Of course, I buy. My wife and I, we plant, and we are going to give freely. But we went to buy I told you this story. We went to buy
from
Soweto.
Yes, I remember.
And this lady says, sorry, sir, these people from Camnet, they are finishing our seeds.
No, but again, like I said for my sister, again, to answer her.
Even, and that's Aaron.
Yes, this is what I want to continue. If you find all of this difficult, just join the network, and I promise I will show you here on Camnet TV the new technique, which is supposed to be hidden, but I will show it to you, how to produce the avocado from the cuttings, from the leaves, from what, you know. I will show you a very simple techniques, very easy, so you don't have any excuse anymore. Okay? I promise you.
The other person called and said, how can I join this network? The number to go, is there somebody? The number to go is 0962 965 883. The number to call is that one where you are seeing prayer line, just this one here. This one, if you write, you say, I'm Daliso, I'm blessing, I am whatever. I want to join the Poverty Eradication Network. At one of these coming days, we are going to do a group WhatsApp where all of us, including Dr. Reda, all of us will be, so that we can share the knowledge. Even those of you born for greatness, there is a team that already exists. It's called the Team Zambia. You remember?
Yes.
Those who have been attending.
Yes.
They've been with us for a long time. Team Zambia, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. If we have you in our system, we have you. But this is a different network altogether.
Yes.
It's Poverty Eradication Network. So those of you who want to join, please call this number, and you will be safe, where it's written prayers. 0962 965 883. Just say, I want to join. Pastor Chiluba, I was born for greatness. Give us some more text messages, Mr. Director, so that we can hear what people have to say. Some more text messages. Good evening, Pastor Moses, and the doctor, thank you very much for this program of encouraging us to start building our future. Please continue encouraging us. I will start planting avocados too. I am Malingapisi in Kitwe. You are a blessing. If you can plant 100, we will join you. Good evening, Pastor and Dr. Reda. Your program is fantastic, but as we are getting frustrated by the government, look to what has happened to Kamono. Realize your initiatives.
Legalize your initiatives.
Legalize your initiatives. The accounts have been frozen by DEC. We have lost our money. This is Chondwe. I can't say anything about DEC. Some of them are witches. I don't know why they do this, but some of them, they do it professionally. However, good evening.
33 hectares, yeah.
I'm enjoying the program. I have 33 hectares of land. I plant soybeans, groundnuts, popcorns and maize. Now I want to start planting avocados. Which type of fertilizer do I need for avocados? This is Mrs. Muswala.
Well, first, please keep growing with the crops that you are growing. Don't you will not stop, you will not need to stop them. You can add and plant your avocado trees or seedling in between.
Oh, there is a call. Let's pick up this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Pastor.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Manyinga.
You are calling from Kabompo?
Manyinga, yes, Manyinga district.
You are Mr.?
I'm Mr. Kamalamba. I'm born in Kamalamba.
Kamalamba from Manyinga. Please speak to the nation.
Please thank you for what you did for the city.
Yes.
I would just to go say I've enjoyed this program.
Yes, sir.
And it's like I got lost in the process. I'm sure if you remember and recall very well, I'm one of the people that started the program to, we were getting, out, but I think sometimes we try to about if I'm not mistaken. And I was working to the past 1 or 2 years. I've not been following up. I don't in the until today, when I decided to see his brother.
Oh, he's gone. He says he started following up the program until today. This is Mr. Kamalamba from Maninga Province, Maninga District. I'm sure he has land, and these people, we need to be close with them, Dr. Reda, because by the grace of God, today we are talking, tomorrow it will be a different story. You remember that you and I spent time promoting a vision which almost brought me in trouble. The castor oil, that thing bent my fingers, and I regretted having been in it. But now, by the special grace of God, this avocado and the other crops that we shall review later, especially to those that are coming for the conference, it's something that will be a game changer for this nation. You were talking about...
Yes, I wanted to answer her question concerning the fertilizer needed for the avocado. You don't need to be worried about that. In the beginning, all what we need to do is, you have manure, for sure you will have. If you don't have, you can find in your neighbor, with your neighbors, whatever place, nearby place that you can have some manure, you mix with the soil, then you plant. There are two ways of fertilizing the avocado. Using the organic way and using the synthetic chemicals way. Me, I do prefer the organic way because I hope that we can minimize the use of synthetic chemicals in this country. So that we can also, if we do so, we will minimize, we will reduce the input cost. And in the same time, the premium prices that we can get from the organic avocado fruits or products is 5 times. So if we are talking about 5 kwacha, so time 5, so it's a 25 kwacha per fruit. But we don't want to talk more about this. Let's talk for the minimum again. We'll come back to the minimum 5. So you don't need to be worried about the program of fertilizer. We will support you with all the program from day 1 of plantation until harvesting. And after harvesting, because there is an annual program for fertilizing and irrigation and pest and control, whatever this management of the avocado trees, we will support you we will tell you how to make pruning, how to make training, how to control the diseases, how to fertilize, how to irrigate. All this information will be delivered, will be given to you either in CamNet TV or in the field, in the spot over there.
But you remember, Professor Reda, look at how healthy our avocados outside church are.
Yes.
All those trees we have planted, we don't even use fertilizer. We just water them, put them in that plastic, like you are saying. We have to reduce these chemicals in the ground.
Exactly.
We plant them as you taught us, and once it's up there, we put it in the ground and start watering.
Yeah.
All of them are so
One
healthy.
important point I need to mention here also, that the land of Zambia is very fertile, is a virgin land. Yes, some areas needs supplementary by organic fertilizer, by manure, whatever, but again, your land is still virgin. So you know what virgin means. So meaning you have all the nutrients. So it's very much a fertile soil.
I like the example you gave me when we came there with my wife. You remember we were driving to the orchard?
Yes.
And there was tall grass. You said, Pastor, which fertilizer do this grass use?
You can see, and it
was tall grass, trees, and everything. You said, is there any fertilizer that is applied here?
There is no fertilizer. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. The land in Zambia, most of the land in Zambia, are very fertile soil. And it doesn't need much fertilizer program. And if we will need, we will tell you how to make it from the organic, from the manure, whatever type of manure. Don't be worried. Animal manure, cow manure, chicken manure, pig manure, whatever manure you have. So it's not a big deal.
One of the callers, Dr. Reda, said he's going to plant avocados, and somebody has planted. Now I'm believing what you said, that if every Zambian can plant 2 or 3, 18 million population, we can plant...
Can be done in 1 month.
We can do it in 1 month,
yes,
and have over 30 million trees. Now I just want, before we start winding up, I want Dr. Reda, because me, I'm like you scientists, you deal with facts.
Yeah.
If Zambians can say, let's grow, we are planting over 3,000, 5,000 within 2 weeks. Within 4 weeks, we'll be dealing with thousands. But because we are ambitious to bless some people there. But if every Zambian said, I'm going to plant 10, and I know there are those who were born for greatness, who will plant 1,000 trees, who will plant 500 trees,
yes.
But let's go by the average of 10. Dr. Reda, if 18 million people, we just target and say, let's plant 10 each times 10.
Make it 15 million.
Huh?
Make it 15 million
15 million people?
times 10.
Yeah, 15 million people. 15 million people. It's times 800 fruits. It goes to 12 billion fruits.
Now let's talk about first the number of seedlings that we can plant. 15 million times 10 seedling. How many?
Times 10. It's 150 million.
Million.
150 million.
In a month.
That is 15 million people.
In a month.
Oy.
Time 10, because we will reduce the number of months per year to 10. So minimum. So how many?
150.
You are talking about covering all Zambia. All Zambia.
150 million trees times 800 fruits.
Look at the industry that will be
That
created
is
here.
120 billion fruits every year.
I'm not able even to read the number. But look
I
at
know.
the big number that you are gonna to plant, and look by that time, 5 years, let's say, how much production will be. The industry that will be built on that production, the empowerment that how many jobs will be created by that time, how much money you will export, you will get from the exportation, and come on, it's only one avocado. I mean, one crop, avocado. We didn't mention the other basket, food basket, but I'm saying only about this. So if we are willing to do that, if we please, I beg you again, if we are willing to do that, one seedling, each one of us to plant one seedling, only one seedling.
Encourage them to plant 5.
In 5 years, it will be billions of seedling of trees, but because after 5 years it will be the production will start. Imagine the industry, how many factory, how many plant for processing oil, and those who are making the packing, who are marketing, delivering the containers, those who are juicing, those who are making the other products that we have shown. How many products? Like 10
about
minimum?
12, 15
something like that.
products.
So look at that. Plus, look at the environment. How green Zambia will be. But it will not be only green, but it is green gold.
I'm telling you.
Green gold.
I'm telling you.
GG. So please, the chance is in your hand now. The vision is here, the network is here. Join the network and let's start.
Well, Dr. Red, I can't thank you enough for your knowledge, and we will be here next week so that we push this. You know, the Bible says, he that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of God is saying to the church. And I believe that you were born for greatness. Let's eradicate poverty with only 30 trees in your backyard. 30 trees, 50 trees, just at your farm. You will be sitting in that swing chair. 7 years from now, you educate your children, you educate your grandchildren, 50 trees. And if you can become as enthusiastic as my wife and I are, you just get land and say, I'm going to plant 500. You are a millionaire for life. I'm telling you, let's eradicate poverty. We'll talk more about these things. To those of you that failed to call through, my sincere apologies. And those of you who sent text messages and were unable to read them, I am very sorry. My wife and I will get this phone and we'll go through the one you were using for your WhatsApp and for your text messages. We'll read them through, and those deserving comments, we'll answer them next week so that we can make progress. Otherwise, we can and we shall eradicate poverty in Zambia. Let's stand together. Pastors, bishops, wherever you are, let's involve our church members. 7 years of waiting, 5 years of waiting. I can tell you after 5 years, you are going to thank God for CamNet television. On that note, I want to thank God for my wife, the CEO of this great television network, the young men on duty who do a job that is worth talking about, all the members of staff of CamNet, the reporters, the word, whoever works here, you are just fantastic. You were born for greatness. And as families, we will talk about our greatness. Dr. Reda, I want to thank you for making your time to come here. Like I said, you never know who is watching somewhere. 5 years from now, somebody will say, Dr. Reda, I heard. Pastor Chiluba, I heard. And this is my plantation. I thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Pastor. And thanks for all Zambians. And please, again, let's start. It's our time now. It's our time. And we can. We can do
And
it.
we will.
And we will make it.
Amen. Dear CamNet viewers, you are a blessing. To you, I say keep watching CamNet TV, because CamNet TV is not just another channel. Bye-bye.